What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you lot are all doing well. Really do hope that Thomas Tuchel's swanky cockneys have done it again. 3-0 away from home at the King Power in the Premier League, and I was concerned, ladies and gentlemen. Prior to this game, I was concerned. After an international break, it's always difficult for the big teams because their big players are away with their sides and there's travel fatigue and play fatigue and rustiness. Also, the likes of, Vardy and Maddison would be training for a long time preparing for this game with Brendan Rodgers. Plus the early kickoff, man. Nobody likes that. But 3-0, should have been 6-0, loads of offside goals, an incredible performance. We're going to go through all the player performances. We're going to go through the goal scorers. We're going to go through the ramifications of the likes of Pulisic and Ziyech coming on and looking great. Superb substitutions from Thomas Tuchel to combine from a goal there. Lots and lots and lots to get into today, guys, so make sure you keep it locked to the end to get all the good gear. Please do consider dropping a like if you're feeling good or if you just want to support the channel, and you're all welcome to subscribe if you're new, and to all people, new subscribers and old, make sure all notifications are turned on with that bell so you don't miss an upload. Alright then, 3-0 on the day. Like I said, I was concerned going into it, but I needn't be because that was an immaculate performance, front to back, defenders, midfielders, most of them, strikers, most of them, and of course a superb performance from Thomas Tuchel, who not only has continued with this kind of inverted wing-back system. The wing-backs are essentially playing strikers, and when you've got super offensive wing-backs like Chilwell and of course Reece James, superb. They both end up in the 18-yard box. Reece James goes to midfield. Chilwell sort of goes to the centre-forward position. It's this new hybrid tactic that we're seeing more and more this season from Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea. Very, very exciting indeed. So, 3-0 on the day. The goals scored by Antonio Rudiger, N'Golo Kante, and of course, in the second half, Hakim Ziyech combining with Christian Pulisic. The lineup goes as follows. Of course, there's Edouard Mendy in goal. A surprise inclusion in the back of Chalobah joining Thiago Silva down the middle and Antonio Rudiger on the left. Chilwell starts against his former club. Got loads of boos. Interesting, Kante doesn't get loads of boos. Maybe because he won the league with them and he's lovable. But I don't think Chilwell's in a particularly abrasive character, so it's peculiar that he gets boos from them. Anyway, got a lot of boos, a lot of grief, and you wonder how he was going to deal with that. He wasn't started at the Stamford Bridge game under Tuchel. Alonso did. Maybe because of that, I'm not entirely sure. I think he was playing around that time. Anyway, the midfield was N'Golo Kante and Jorginho, of course Reece James on the other side. And the front three consisted of what most people thought it would be. Kai Havertz keeps his place up front. Callum Hudson-Odoi, who didn't go to international duty, keeps his place at left wing or left, inside forward. Of course, rotating with the other inside forward, which was in this instance Mason Mount, who hasn't played in a little while, and of course didn't play for England, and he looked rusty. We'll talk about those player performances shortly. So the goals were scored by Antonio Rudiger from a set piece. This is his fourth goal against Leicester, which is just absolutely incredible when you think about it. He loves scoring against Leicester. By the way, a Ben Chilwell assist from the corner. I've got both of them in my Fantasy Premier League, so I'm buzzing. I would have loved the Chilwell goal. He had a couple, probably 3 or 4 opportunities to score himself. He hit the crossbar in the first half, or he had a couple of opportunities for more assists, but he kept running offside. Still a good performance. So Rudiger gets that header. We're cooking, we're feeling good, and later on in the half, N'Golo Kante picks up the ball in the middle of the park, dribbles forward. Generally, he's afforded the space because everyone knows Kante is going to pass. He's not going to dribble forward and shoot, unless it's 2017 against Manchester United. But you know what? He did that, and he's, with his weak foot, by the way, he banged it with his weaker left foot. I think he's right-footed. And absolutely plants it, and Schmeichel you can't get there. N'Golo Kante, former Fox, scores a worldie. I'm going to call that a worldie against Leicester City, and we're 2-0 up in the first half. Probably should have scored more goals. I'm going to talk about the second half goal, and then we'll talk about the player performances. So in the second half, it was different. Brendan Rodgers originally matched up Chelsea in the first half with a 4-3, I suppose, with Barnes and Lookman behind Vardy. Only really Lookman looked dangerous. He got a goal ruled for offside at 1-0, I think. So it would have made it 1-1. And he went through, I think, a 4-back system, I believe. He certainly changed it round. He brought in Iheanacho and Maddison to sort of combine. It was Iheanacho and Vardy up front with Maddison maybe in the number 10. And they did better. Leicester started the game better. we had a few problems. Players that played bad in the first half, again, I'm going to speak about the individual players, like Mason Mount, did a little bit better, but really Leicester was sort of trying a bit more, engaging. But Chelsea sort of weathered the storm, put their foot on the ball, and of course, when the changes were made, not that long into the second half, it was both Kai Havertz, interestingly, and Mason Mount who came off for Hakim Ziyech and Pulisic. So now you've got three wingers as the front three, and it was mainly Christian Pulisic that was playing down the middle as a false nine, trying to make those late runs into the box, which he does. He's always done. He did under Lampard, he's been doing for the USA, and indeed under Tuchel. The two substitutes combine, Ziyech plays in Pulisic, he scores the goal, makes Thomas Tuchel look like a mastermind, a superb substitution when your two substitutes combine to score quite, soon after coming off the bench. Superb scenes indeed, and at 3-0, we really should have bagged more and more and more goals. In fact, I think there's two substitutes combined yet again to score. Chilwell was offside a few times, playing in Reece James when he scored. We had loads of disallowed goals. We had loads of clear-cut, maybe not clear-cut chances, but decent chances that we were combining for ourselves. Generally, a superb performance, attacking-wise, and it's okay to score with wing-backs, ladies and gentlemen. I hope Maurizio Pochettino is watching this with his attacking wing-backs or full-backs against our defensive system. By the way, away from home, should have won 6-0 against a Big Six or a top 6 rival. I think top 6 is the name of it now. Incredible! Superb defensive performance. Let's go through the players. Mendy made a couple of wicked saves. One, I'd say, pretty world-class save. Superb again, protecting that amazing clean sheet record. What a story from Edouard Mendy. Not affected at all by the previous recent stories about Benjamin Mendy getting mixed up with him. Heads fully in the game, and it was a superb performance from Edouard Mendy. And all the back three were excellent. Rudiger obviously scores that great goal. He did a chance denying interception early doors in the first half. That could have been a clear goal, possibly. Trevor Chalobah never looks out of place, did some good driving runs, loads of really disciplined positioning, superb, pretty immaculate Chalobah. And of course, 37-year-old Thiago Silva, who won man of the match on the BT Sport coverage, rolling back the years, just nonchalant positioning, winning headers, doing bicycle kick clearances, and beautiful long sprayed passes with both feet. Incredible from Thiago Silva, man of the match. The midfield duo, Jorginho was pretty darn good, made some good passes, of course came off with a hammy, tight hamstring, hopefully not torn, for Ruben Loftus-Cheek came on, who did alright, he's pretty darn good. We always probably expected him to come off the bench because he's now very much in favour with Thomas Tuchel, especially with, Kovacic not available, etc. Jorginho was very good. He wasn't one of the best performers on the pitch. I'm not going to pretend like he was one of the top, maybe even 4 performers, in my opinion. But he was certainly not one of the bad performers. N'Golo Kante next to him, rolling back the years. Again, well, he's only 31. But he's prime Kante. He's looking like prime Kante. When you have a good game as Kante, making interceptions, blocking off passing lanes, pressing really well. But then you score a goal like that. Chef's kiss, incroyable from N'Golo Kante. Both wing-backs, superb. Superb. Reece James should have had a goal as well. Absolutely incredible from Reece James. And Ben Chilwell, who was getting booed all the time at the beginning or towards the end. The Leicester fans lost the will to boo because their team got absolutely dismantled. Chilwell got an assist, but he absolutely should have had a goal and another assist. Well, at least another assist as well. Still an incredible game from both wing-backs. Like I said earlier in the video, at the top of the video, it's a new tactic. Reece James comes into midfield. Chilwell becomes a striker. And it's a new inversion types of tactics from Thomas Tuchel. It's absolutely incredible. All right, not so great. Mason Mount really struggled in the first half in a lot of ways. Fortunately, the team was very good and were able to carry him for a little bit. He hasn't played football in a while. He had his wisdom teeth out. He didn't play with it. I think a game for England probably would have done him good in terms of keeping him sharp. A little bit better at times in the second half, early doors. But to be honest, it's no surprise that he was one taken off. And similarly, Kai Havertz wasn't great. He's done okay, and he wasn't awful, but he did this one really good piece of centre-forward play where he held up the ball and turned. Other than that, he wasn't great. I think he won a foul. He didn't make passes when he should do. He probably didn't make the correct runs. So it makes complete sense how both Kai Havertz and Mason Mount, which is funny because Chelsea fan base online, they were always putting those two up against each other. And it was funny because I guess those two were the underperformers in this game. Callum Hudson-Odoi, though, at left wing is absolutely solidifying. We've always knew he had this talent. Everyone would tell you he's worked at the Chelsea Academy and close to the club. No one's ever denied his talent, but his work rate's up there, his defensive nous, he's a little bit better at winning aerial duels now. He was creating, he was causing problems for their defense. He was being a functional member of the starting 11 really, really well. Superb. I'm so pleased for Callum Hudson-Odoi. Even if he's not scoring and assisting, he's asking all the right questions and he's doing all the right things, if you ask me. So I'm very, very pleased with his performance. And when it comes to the two substitutes, they look great. And maybe they are the two kind of, substitutes that come on when the opposition is tired. If they can be happy with that role, which I'm not necessarily sure they will be, superb. Pulisic, he scored, I think the first day of the season, he scored again. He will score goals. So maybe provided his, was his ankles the problem. If he can get past the pain, then he, until Romelu Lukaku comes back, which he won't come back for a couple of games, Thomas Tuchel might consider to play Pulisic over Havertz now, as a striker, as a false nine. Why not? If he's going to be making those runs and scoring those goals, superb. But does he need the likes of Hakim Ziyech making those perfect, creative, audacious balls in? And like I said, like I said on Twitter, he's really the only player that makes those amazing passes. He made one that went to an offside player, I forget who, it might have been James. Beautiful, nonchalant little curved outside the ball foot pass. Do you know what I mean? Incredible from Ziyech. If he can come on when the opposition's a bit tired and he can cook a little bit more, what a weapon to have. What a tool to have. So that's what I think. Top of the table, 6 points clear until we see, what Liverpool and City do. Very, very pleased. Very, very happy. Superb performances. And when it comes to Mason Mount and Kai, they will come back. So it's okay. Guys, let me know how you're feeling. I want to hear your opinions down in the comment section below. Drop a like and let me know you're feeling good. And consider subscribing if you're new. I can't talk because I'm absolutely buzzing. Enjoy the football. Peace.